this presentation. I know that you're going to get a lot of value from this, and I also know that you're going to make a great difference in your marketing, as it has done for hundreds of other marketers. This is a tested and true system, and I know that if you really want to see your marketing really skyrocket, that you can apply this system to whatever your marketing, whatever your system is, and I know that you're going to see the results. So without much ado, I just want to present to you the Breakthrough Autoresponder series writing system. Now, by the end of this presentation, you are going to discover a proven method for writing an effective email series to sell more of whatever you are promoting. And I say whatever you are promoting because many times people would ask, does your system apply to this industry or this market? I am selling this particular product. Would it work in my market? Well, it would work, whether you're selling an aeroplane or whether you're selling Goebbels or chickens, whatever it is. It is generic enough and open enough so that it can be used in any kind of a market that you apply it to. And you would see, you'll see this as we go along. You're going to also get an opportunity to secure a manual and software tool that churns out winning email series at the click of a button, okay? And that is no hype. That's what it actually does. And finally, for those who are going to stay on to the end, I'm going to be providing you a webinar-only surprise bonus. And this is going to be a very valuable bonus that is going to be available only for those persons who are on this webinar. Okay, so it's only going to be available to MOB affiliates and those persons who are on this webinar this evening. So I think I've given you enough incentive, to make sure that you stay on until the end. Okay, now first a little about me. Who's behind this presentation? Well, as has been said before, my name is Ray Edwards. I have 3 academic degrees. I have a Bachelor of Science. I was first intended to do medicine. That was my first aim, but I get diverted to do something else. I also have a Bachelor of Arts in Theology and also a Master of Divinity. So I am also a trained pastor. I was born in the island of St. Kitts Nevis, and if you have never heard about St. Kitts Nevis, well, maybe you've heard about Alexander Hamilton. If you've ever seen the $10 US bill, Alexander Hamilton was also born in St. Kitts Nevis. Okay, most people think that he was an American, but he was actually born in my country. So that is one famous person, at least who was born in St. Kitts. Okay, I've been marketing online since 1996, and these were the days when you had to pay per hour on America Online. Okay, so your bill from America Online was based on how long you were online. Okay, so this was years and years ago, dinosaur years in terms of the internet. Okay. I've written many sales letters and ebooks for the gurus, some of which I would point out to you. And I also wrote the copy for Dagan Smith, his very first copy. And Dagan Smith had a very famous student by the name of Matt Lloyd. And I think some of you might know Matt Lloyd. And he was trained by Dagan in the program Maximum Leverage. So I actually wrote the sales letter that got Matt Lloyd to join up in Dagan Smith's program, Maximum Leverage. And I found out about this because in later letters I wrote for Dagan Smith, Matt Lloyd had provided testimonials. So I have a kind of an indirect connection to MOB. Now, my writing has generated tens of millions of dollars in online sales, mainly over the past 13 years that I've been online full-time. Now, these are the people I work for. This is a picture you can see of my family. And I have one wife and 5 children. And the 5 sounds a lot until you know and realize that we have 2 sets of twins. Here are my first set of twins, Daisy and Shikora. And these are a second set of twins, are just a year apart, Aken and Zay. And then this is our little surprise bundle, Aviel. Now, for me, being an entrepreneur and being able to work from home is the real reward of having an online business. Okay, many of you might be on the call tonight and you may be working a full-time job, but you have the dream of being able to work for yourself. Okay, and being able to work online on the internet for the past 13 years have allowed me to stay at home, and it has also allowed me to participate in the education of my children. So all of my kids have been homeschooled by me and my wife, and to know that they had parents that were present there, it makes a big difference in the children. So the reward of having your own business is not just monetary reward, but it goes a lot further than that. It goes to the extent where you are able, to stay home with your family, and family to me is important. Okay, and I really am thankful for the opportunity that the internet provide for me, so that I was able to stay with my family, and my wife didn't have to work. She was able to stay home in order to take care of our kids. Okay. Now, my first son 2 years ago published an anthology that you can find on Amazon called Sage of a Young Mind. He published this when he was 15 years old, and when you read his poetry, it's a real joy to see the results of someone who has been, educated at home. And also it's a joy for me as well too, because he kind of picked up the writing, the writing bug. At least he got that, I would think, from his father, even though his mother was the one who taught him English. I taught mathematics and the sciences and so forth, and his mother taught literature and English and so forth. But he was able to, publish this that is available on Amazon. Okay, now that was just a little about me. What about my clients? What have they said about my work? Okay, here Dr. Brad Kruger, he was one of my earlier clients. He said, I hired Ray to rewrite my sales letter. Now my sales are up 10 times. Ray has literally stuffed money in my pocket. I would recommend Ray's service to anyone who wants to boost their profit from their website. Then here, this was one of my very early clients as well too. Maybe many of you have heard about Ewan Shear. He's a very popular online marketer. But way back, Ewan Shear used to be one of my subscribers. He bought a course. From me. I wrote some of his early ebooks, and I also did a lot of his early sales copy as well too. And he's one of my clients, that have really made me proud to see what he was able to accomplish. But I did a lot of ghost writing for him. So even though most people don't know that I was the one who actually wrote those early books, because his name was on the copy. In other words, I was a ghost writer, and I also helped with his copy as well too. Okay, and again, I mentioned before Dagan Smith as well too. He has been one of my longtime clients. I think I have been writing copy for him maybe for the past close to 10 years now. And he says, every single project that Ray has written for me has been worth 6 to 7 figures for my business. All his advice is worth gold to me. Okay, so that's just a sample of some of the clients that I've worked with and what they had to say about my work. Okay, now let's go now to the real meat of the subject of, for the presentation this evening. Now, the big challenge we face as online marketers is that advertising is expensive. Whether it is pay-per-click or Facebook advertising, advertising is expensive. And if you have, if your prospect, have just a one-time exposure to your marketing message, that is not enough to make the sale. Okay, it is important to be able to follow up. If you don't follow up, you're basically leaving a lot of money on the table. Okay, so the whole idea here then is that you want your prospects to be exposed to your products and to your marketing message over and over again. Now, most marketers, they don't know how to follow up with their prospects. So someone comes and visit their website once and they are gone and they never see that person again. Now, one of the early solutions that was available, I'm talking about 2002, 2003, was Autoresponder Magic that was offered by Yannick Silvers. So a lot of marketers were teaching the importance of following up with their prospects, but they seldom teach how to do this. And Autoresponder Magic was, I rather say, is a book. I think you can get it, online now, maybe for a penny or $1 or maybe even free. It has been around for a long time, but it was basically a compilation of successful autoresponder series and or what we refer to in the copywriting world as a swipe file. But that's all it was. They were just an introduction, and you're basically introduced to these autoresponder series. You read these series. They were produced by other companies, and it was left up to you to see what you can get out of them. Okay, so it's basically like me saying then, learn copywriting by just reading these sales letters without knowing the principles behind actually writing a sales letter. So there was nothing taught about how to write an autoresponder series. You were just given samples of these autoresponder series, and that was it. Okay. Now, I found myself now as a copywriter where I would be hired to write a sales letter and also the corresponding landing pages and the autoresponder series. Okay, the email series that goes along with the landing page. And I would write the sales letters, but when it came now to writing the autoresponder series, I was stumped, because as I said, there was nothing in the marketplace that showed you a pattern or gave you a template. And so I had to, by trial and error, eventually come up with a winning template. And my template was based on debt collection letters strategy. And I'll explain a little more about that in just a little while. Now, I kept my formula a secret for 7 years. And I have a copywriting coaching program that I've been running now for the past, I think, 8 or 9 years. And I didn't even share this particular formula with my coaching clients. Okay, I just kept it to myself. And the basic reason why I did that, it was because, I was making so much money from writing, autoresponder series for businesses. But now I have hundreds of marketers who swear by my writing system, my autoresponder writing system, and you're going to see why in just a few minutes. Now, why an autoresponder series? And many people might have a different understanding of what an autoresponder series is, but my definition of an autoresponder series basically is a set of emails that are connected logically with each other, and their intention is the same, to make a sale. Okay, so each of these emails, they're not just grouped together, but they are connected. In other words, then the first email serves a particular purpose. The second email serves as another purpose, but it is attached to the first email. The third is attached to the second, and so forth. In other words, then there is a whole structure in the autoresponder series, and these emails are not just 7 emails that you just put together. Okay, it is a series. It means therefore then there's a persuasive thread that runs through each of the email. Okay, so why an autoresponder series? Number one, the more your prospect are exposed to your marketing message, the more likely they are to respond. Okay, that is just human nature. The more often you see something, the more likely you're able to, likely to respond to it. Now, again, an autoresponder series is a set and forget marketing tool. You have your you have your autoresponder series service. You have your emailing service, whether it is GetResponse or Aweber. You load your autoresponder series, and then you forget about it. Okay. the prospects are automatically followed by what we refer to as an email robot, because it sends the email without you having to do anything after that. Okay, so it's an automated tool. Next, a personalized email that is sent automatically from your website visitor or to your website visitor often catches the visitor by surprise. Now, earlier on, when most people didn't even know about Autoresponder series and email services such as, you know, Aweber and GetResponse and so forth, they thought that you were actually physically sending the email to them. Okay, and if you are new to internet marketing, you'll think that as well too. Only as marketers, you now come behind the scene, you realize that these follow-up emails that you get from a company or entrepreneur is not being physically sent by them. Okay, but for the person who is new, they get this email from you and they think that you actually, you know, actually send this personalized email, you know, to them. Now here we see, okay, from HubSpot, it shows the impact of monthly email campaigns on the email open rate. Okay, and note you see here, for those persons who send just 1 to 2 emails per month, notice the impact, the open rate, 30%. They send 3 to 5 emails per month, notice the impact here. They send 6 to 15, notice there's a rise, and then by the time we come between 16 and 30, then you have a peak here, and then it kind of tapers off after 30. Okay, so in other words, then we're looking per month here. So this basically is an email that is sent by the time we reach 30. This is basically an email that is sent daily. In other words, 1 email per day. Okay, so we can see directly here then that the up to a certain point, which is 30 emails over a period of 1 month, the open rate increases. Okay, so we see therefore then that it is important then to keep in contact and keep in touch with your prospect. Okay, so we see then that a series of email over time helps to build a relationship with the prospect, and seeing your name over and over and over in their email box, the email inbox, helps them to remember you, remember the marketer. Okay, so a lot of times people are afraid to say, well, maybe the person might unsubscribe, maybe they might get, you know, fed up of seeing emails sent so often. Well, if they unsubscribe, it simply means that they were not your prospect. Okay, and that is one of the secrets basically of email marketing. A lot of people are afraid, you know, that they're going to be sending out too many emails, but you're more likely to fail because you didn't send out enough emails rather than sending out too many emails. Okay, and here we see the graph, you know, result that shows it here. Now, another reason why you want to use an autoresponder series is that you're not going to achieve 100% open rate the first time your email goes out. Okay, so when you send an email out, maybe the person is busy, maybe it came in on a Monday and their inbox was filled, and so your email got looked over. So sending a follow-up email therefore increases the likelihood that your prospects would open your email. Okay, so that's another advantage of using an autoresponder series. Now, I kind of hinted at this before, but why did I keep my template a secret for such a long time? Well, one, it took me a long time and a lot of trial and error in order to get this down to a formula. Okay, and I mentioned before I was making $2,500 and more just for writing one autoresponder series for companies. So rather than sharing my template, it made more sense, you know, to me to keep my secret and make money by writing for others rather than, you know, sharing my tool. Okay, but eventually you realize that the market is big enough so that I do not have to be afraid of saturation to say, well, if other people know about the secret, then after they're going to take business from me. No, the market is wide enough because anyone who is marketing need to use email, and this tool would help them. Okay, now let's go into the actually autoresponder series template. Now, the template that I provide shows you the number of emails to use in each series. Then it also tells you the subject lines that would catch your reader's attention. Then it also shows you what to say in each paragraph of each email in the series. It also shows you the email schedule. In other words, some people ask, how often should I send out the emails? When should I send the first email? When should I send the second one? Should I send the first one day and the second one 2 days afterwards? Well, I give you the email schedule so you can know when to send. Then it shows you the order of the emails. In other words, then what to say in the first email, what to say in the second email, what to say in the third email, okay, and so forth. Okay, that is what the template actually shows you. Now, it is important for you to understand where the Autoresponder series fits in. Okay, so let's go here. Now, first, the prospect is going to come to your landing page. Okay, they come to the opt-in page. You advertise, say that you have this ebook that you would like to send to them or whatever, and that is your incentive, and they come to the opt-in. They come to the opt-in page, and they opt in order to receive whatever the incentive you're providing. Let's say it is a free report that you're offering them. Okay. Now, when they do come into the opt-in page, what is referred to often as the thank you page. In other words, then once somebody opt in, they put in their name and email address, and they press submit. Then they are forwarded to a page, a thank you page. Well, your thank you page or your forwarding page is going to be the main sales letter. Okay, this is going to be the main sales letter. Okay, so as soon as they opt in, they're sent to the main sales letter, where this is, of course, where you are selling whatever product you are selling. Okay, now the Autoresponder series itself is going to continue sending them back to this main sales letter. So if they do not make a purchase, okay, if they do not make a purchase, they will be if they do not make a purchase the first time they read the sales letter, of course, your Autoresponder series will continue to send messages to them. And the whole idea here is that the Autoresponder series would continue sending the email to them until they make the order. Okay, when they finally make the order, then hopefully you'll be using an email service provider such as Aweber or GetResponse or whatever email service provider you choose, that would take them out of the series, and so they now become a customer. Okay, so you do not want the prospect to continue receiving this Autoresponder series after they have made an order. So you need some mechanism such that when the person makes an order, they are taken from the Autoresponder series. So if they make the purchase after the first email, you don't want to send them the second and the third and the fourth and so forth. Okay, and reasons for this will become obvious as we go along. Okay, is this making sense to everyone? Okay, I think I need to see the chat screen.
Okay, well, I'm looking at it now, and a whole bunch of people are saying yes, yes, awesome, yes. So they are definitely saying that it does make sense, yes, and excellence, and so that's good. I think that you are definitely reaching everybody. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so we see therefore then the mistake that most marketers make is not having a landing page, not collecting email addresses, and sending people directly to the main sales letter. So that if a prospect read your main sales letter and they do not make a purchase, they are gone. And if you are paying for these eyeballs, if you are paying for people to come and see your sales letter, and you are not providing some incentive in order to get them to opt in to your email series, you are leaving a lot of money on the table. I would say like 70% of your sales you're basically leaving on the table. Okay, so the Autoresponder series can make a huge difference, in the kind of response that you get. Okay, and so this is where the Autoresponder series fits in. Now let me say something again about Autoresponder series, because I say different people define Autoresponder series in different ways, and there are other products on the market that talks about Autoresponder series, but they are not what I call an Autoresponder series. Okay, they are good products, but most people talk about Autoresponder series. They basically are talking about a newsletter where they load a lot of emails that go into their email service provider, that comes in day after day. They are sent out, at a particular, on a particular schedule, but those emails may not be connected at all. Maybe email 1 might be selling product 1, email 2 might be selling product 2, and there are others, autoresponder series as well too, or email that where people are using this series in order to maybe to develop a relationship, and that's fine. Okay, you might have a newsletter that you want to send out, and you might have a series and so forth, but the autoresponder series that I'm referring to here has nothing to do with basically building a relationship and so forth. This autoresponder series is a series that goes for the jugular. You are going for the sale, okay? And you are saying either buy my product or check out of here, okay? So this is an autoresponder series that is tied to a sales letter. So you're not trying to, per se, build a relationship, get them to fall in love with you, get them to know you, or anything like that. The only purpose of this autoresponder series is to get them to make that sale. Now, after they have become your customer, then maybe you want to build that relationship with them, further and so forth. Okay. So note here how I define the autoresponder series, and my product is geared toward this. So I know there are other products on the market, about building autoresponder series. Some of them I've seen, some of them I've reviewed, myself, but I haven't seen any other product that talks about writing an autoresponder series that is matched or attached to a main sales letter. Okay, so I hope that that's clear. Now let me go right now into sharing with you my secret template. Now my secret template has what I refer to as a macro structure. In other words, this is the forest view. This is if you're flying over, this is what you're going to see. Okay, so the macro structure of the autoresponder series, and as I mentioned before, my favorite macro structure is based on the idea behind collection letter series. Okay, and the letter starts soft and it becomes tougher with each email. Now, just in case, maybe if you're living in a country where you may not get debt collection letters, here in the United States of America, if you're behind on a debt, whether credit card debt, or you're behind in your payment rather, so you're in debt, your debt collector might send you a first letter and said, well, I think maybe you've forgotten to pay your bill. Then if you ignore that, another letter comes and say, well, we haven't received your payment, please pay by this date. Then if you still do not pay, there's a letter that comes later on, and each letter that comes becomes tougher and tougher and tougher, and they may even threaten you with legal action. So that is the idea. That is the big idea, okay, that is behind this template, okay? This is big idea behind my template, where the letter starts off soft at first, but it becomes tougher and tougher with each email. Now let me give you now the macro structure. Okay, this is the theme of each letter. Okay, so I'm sharing it with you now, a structure that I've found, just works like magic. Okay, I've been using this now for over 10 years, and I know, in fact, just the other day I was reviewing a course that is sold for $1,000, and I was surprised to know that the creator of that course was sharing. He did give attribute, to me. He did attribute. He said that this was by a copywriter, and he gave me credit for it. But I was surprised, that he was sharing this, with this structure, the macro structure, not the full product itself, but this structure. Okay, letter one, the macro structure. Letter one. Now note here that the person opted in your page. They have received. They have most likely confirm their subscription, and so now this is the letter that is going out to them to thank them for signing up. So you say, thank you for sending for the free report, or sending for more information, or for downloading a couple chapters from your ebook, or for whatever it is that you have provided for them. Okay, your first letter, you're simply going to say thank you, and just in case they didn't get the link before, you say, here is the link. Okay, that's letter number one. Now in letter number two, you send in letter number two in this email series, in Autoresponder series, you say, I hope you got the report. and here are some reasons why you'll want my product. Okay? And note that in each of these letters, you are always redirecting them to the main sales letter. They're always being redirected to the main sales letter. Okay? So you say, I hope you got the report, and you might even include a link just in case they didn't get a report, just in case they didn't read letter 1. But you say, here are some reasons why you'll want to buy my product. And of course, you provide some benefits for them why they should get your product. Now, in letter 3, you now say, here are some questions that people are asking about my product. And you can easily get those from your frequently asked question. Okay? So you say, you know, these are some questions that people are asking about my product. Most likely, you're going to use questions that maybe other customers have asked you before, because most likely they are thinking about these things. Basically, these are objections that you're answering. These are not really questions. When someone asks you a question about your product, it is really a hidden objection. Okay, they're saying that, you know, I would really like to buy your product, but I need some more information. So it is an objection. So you say, here are some questions people are asking about my product. Frequently asked questions. Then in letter 4, you say now, here are what people are saying about my product. And here is where you share 2 or 3 of your strongest testimonials. Okay, you don't have to, you know, give, you know, 7, 8, 9, 10 testimonials. The important thing is that you want to share 2 or 3 of your strongest testimonials. And when I say strongest testimonials, a strong testimonial is not one that says, well, I looked through the book and it was looking nice, or I love the color of the book. A strong testimonial is one that the prospect is saying, I got the results that this product promised. Okay, so in other words, then, if you are selling a product that promised that the person is going to lose weight, going to lose 15 pounds in a month, you want a testimonial that says, I took this product and I lost 15 pounds in 1 month. Okay, not that the person loved how the product tasted or anything like that. Okay, so you want to make sure that your testimonials, the testimonials, you know, are saying, you know, I got the results that this product, you know, promised. And then in letter 5, you say, here are some of the strongest benefits to getting my product. And you mention a limited offer. Because if by this time the person still, you know, haven't budged, they haven't come across the line as yet, then you want to kind of give them some more evidence that your product is really great, you know, it's the best thing since sliced bread. And then you might also, and you realize now that you need to kind of push them a little more over the line. So you introduce now a limited offer. Okay, now letter 6 now, you says, well, if they didn't take you on your limited offer, you remind them and say, time is running out on the special bonus. And then you mention how you beat the competition. Okay, in other words, your unique selling proposition, because maybe you might be thinking that, well, maybe the person is not buying from me because maybe they're considering my competition. So you address, you know, your competition at this point, but let them know that, you know, you need to get this right away because time is running out. Now, in letter 7, you say, well, you know, ask them directly, now, tell me, you know, what's keeping you back from ordering? And then you kind of guess what is keeping them from ordering. And here is where you knock down any objections that that person might have to ordering. Okay? So you ask them, you know, what's going on? I mean, I've been selling you all of these emails. You haven't bought yet. You know, tell me what's going on. And it's possible that the person might actually answer you and tell you why they haven't bought. Well, that would be great because you can actually answer that objection. And if you find that you're getting the same common objection over and over again, then you go and address your email to answer those objections. So here is where you knock down the objections in letter 7. Then now in letter 8, you tell them that, well, other people have ordered and they're already enjoying the benefits. So you let them know that there are other persons who have ordered and, you know, they are really enjoying the benefits. So basically you're saying don't miss out. Okay? Don't miss out. Now in letter 9, you say, again, present them now. We say, here is a limited offer. Okay, now you already gave them an offer earlier on, but if they didn't take that, then you want to give them even a juicier offer this time. So you say, here's a limited offer, and it might be a price reduction, or you might give them a sneak peek. If it is a membership site, you might give them a free maybe 7-day trial, or you might, you know, provide them with a secret link where they can download a few chapters of your ebook or something like that. But by this point, you realize basically you are losing them because you haven't made the sale by letter 9. So you kind of tighten up the screws a little. Then in letter 10, which is basically your final letter, here is where you come out off the ropes and punching, because you realize that if they don't make the order by this time, well, it's over. So you say, here is a limited, or I'm sorry, letter 10, you says, frankly, I'm puzzled that you haven't ordered yet. And then you go in for your final hard sale. Okay, so this basically is the macro structure. Okay, and as it stands here, you can take this as a guide and write your emails, and I know that it's going to make a huge difference, in your marketing. Now in my product, I provide now the microstructure, what I refer to as the microstructure of the Autoresponder series. Now here is where now notice that in macrostructure, I've given you the theme of each letter. Now here is where now I actually tell you what to say in the first paragraph, what to say in the second paragraph, what to say in the third paragraph. So basically you cannot go wrong. Okay? And that's why I said basically this is a template. You simply cannot go wrong. Now let me just give you an example of what the microstructure is like. Now first you must keep in mind that when you begin to write your Autoresponder series, that you are continuing the conversation that you have already started with the prospect. Okay? Now note then that this is not your first contact with them, therefore it is best to start your email where the opt-in page left off. So if you promise a free report, then mention that in the first email, even in the subject line. And you see, I did that. Now you're going to note here that here on the slide, I have a copy of the a graphic of the product. And here you realize that the color, well, you'll realize later on that the color that I choose for this slide here is actually the same as the color for the sales letter for this product. And the whole reason here is just so that you can see an automatic connection between this presentation and the product itself. Okay? And so the whole psychology here is that you want to make the transition as smooth as possible. And this is something that you should do as well too in your, whether you're doing a Facebook advertisement, the color choices that you use and the pictures that you use and the graphics that you use, you want it to be as consistent as possible with the landing page that you're sending them to, so that the transition can be as smooth as possible. Okay? So that is in terms of graphics, choice of colors and so forth. But the whole idea here is that you, in your email, in your first email, you basically want to continue the conversation that you started with that person in the landing page. Okay? So that they can feel that transition to be as smoothly as possible. Okay, now here I'm going to share with you the email template itself. So I gave you the macro structure. So now this is going to be now the microstructure. Okay, and I'm going to provide the microstructure for the first email. So here, the subject line, use the subscriber's first name and mention what they requested from your opt-in page, or simply congratulated. For example, Ray, here's your report, if I promise a report, or simply, Ray, congratulations. Okay, that is the subject line for the email. Now let's go to the body. In paragraph 1, you address the subscriber by their first name and you congratulate them for requesting more information. Basically, people love to be flattered. Okay, people love to be congratulated. Okay, so here I'm giving you the template for the email number 1. I tell you what kind of subject to use. In the body, that's paragraph 1. Paragraph 2, you state what your unique selling proposition is. In other words, what sets your product apart from others, and what sets the subscriber also apart from others who didn't show enough interest to send for more information. So basically what you're saying here is that my product is the best product since sliced bread, and it is better than XYZ, and it's in the market. And also, you are also special because there were other people who came to my page that didn't subscribe, but you chose to subscribe. In other words, you showed enough interest in order to get this information. So you're congratulating them on taking this positive step that you see. So that's paragraph number 2. Now, in paragraph number 3, you give a teaser to what they're going to learn when they download the report, and then you include the link for the download. Okay, so you want to encourage them to read the report or whatever the incentive you're providing. Okay, you want them to be able to consume whatever that incentive is. Okay, and so you give them a teaser to let them know what they're going to find out about when they read the report. Now in paragraph number 4, and now these paragraphs don't have to be long. You're going to see an illustration in just a few minutes, but these paragraphs, this could be 2 or 3 lines. In paragraph 4, you close the letter with a promise about what you'll continue to send them so they are prepared to hear from you again. Okay, so in other words, you are preparing them to know that they're going to receive another email from you. This is not the end. You're going to continue to provide information for them. Now you then close and you include your name. So for example, Ray Edwards, your titles, for example, copywriter or copy coach or author, and you give them, you provide, that's the end of the email, you provide your full contact information to show that you are available to the prospect through other means. In other words, you put your email address, your phone, maybe your Facebook, Twitter, your YouTube, but you will always want to include your main website link in every email, because remember, it is at your main website link that is where the sale is going to be made. So in every email that you're going to send out, you're going to always include your main website link, okay, in every email. Then you come to a PS, and PS is one of the most well read section of any letter or email. Many times people would read the headline of a sales letter and then go right down to read the PS. Okay, so make good use of the PS. So use the PS to indicate a teaser for the next email or a simpler call to action to download the report, or to make this a download report, or for them to make the purchase. Okay, so here I've shared with you the template for email number 1, and I've showed you the macro structure for email 1 to 10. Now I shared this with you so that you can get a sense of the detail, okay, that is provided in my course, in my product, in my manual, so that you might at least realize that it's almost like you don't even have to think. Okay, so basically, let me ask you a question. Do you think that I just gave you enough detail so that even a beginner can write an email series? Do you think that with all the detail that I provide for you, I've shown you the macro structure and I've shown you a sample of the email itself? Do you think I've given enough detail so that even someone who have never done this before can write an email series?
I'm getting absolutely yes. Yes, it's great detail. This stuff is awesome. Yes, great details. It's a great place to start. Nice examples. Yes. So yeah, everyone's following along. Everything is excellent deal, excellent contact. So yes, yep. Keep going, Ray. Everything looks pretty good so far.
Okay. And so now the interesting thing about it is that I'm a marketer, yes, but I'm also a prospect. And when there are so many marketers that I sign up for their email series, and I know that they're using my product, because I can see in the emails, that they send out, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're actually using my template. But in email number 1 I'll get from them, I'll see the same pattern that I show email number 2 and so forth. And basically, I smile because I know that they're actually using this product. And some big name marketers, I wouldn't name, I would name them now, but I know some big name marketers and so forth that are actually using this product, and they're actually using my template. Okay, now again, when to send the email? I tell you, as I said, some people ask, when do you send the email? Well, I give you a schedule, okay, and you'll be able to get it, once you, get the manual. Once you invest in my product, I send you here. I tell you, send out message 1 the same day, immediately. It goes out immediately. And you realize here that there's a 7 email series and there's also a 10 email series. Okay, there are certain products that is more adapted to a 10 email series. For example, if you're involved in a network marketing or MLM kind of a product, they fit a 10 email series well. If you're involved in internet marketing or some other products, maybe you just need 7 emails, in order to do that. But if you're selling a product that is very expensive, a 10 email series would work better than a 7 email series. Okay, in that respect. But basically here I give you a schedule. I tell you you send out message 1 on the first day, day 0. Then you send out message 2 1 day afterwards. Then you send out message 3 on day 3 and so forth. But I give you the schedule, and you notice here, the rule here is that you send out the original emails, the earlier emails, sooner than you do the later emails. So in other words, then as you go along, the gaps between the emails basically, increases in that respect. Now, well, I'm sure by now you realize that this tool, of course, can help you, but let me just give you some samples of what some of my customers have said. And this was just this week. I got this from Facebook. She says, really enjoyed one of your videos on writing an autoresponder series. Decided that was where a great deal of my focus was going to be. Thanks, Ray. Here was one of my earlier customers where it says, I don't know about anyone else, but I can never get enough when it comes to copywriting and just writing emails like some of the others have mentioned. I've struggled with emails too. And I say, but I've only scanned through it, but it looks great. And as I mentioned, the templates, he says here, are priceless. Okay? And so right away, he looks at the template and says, wow, these are priceless. Okay? And here we have another, and these were taken from the Warrior Forum, Popular Forum. It says, if you buy this product, it says you can throw away all other manuals you have on writing autoresponder series. This book is the best and the only one you'll ever need. Okay? So you see here that, and these are basically, seasoned marketers. Okay? So they're not just saying this, because this is the first product they got. They're actually making a comparative statement here. Now, along with the manual, what I did is that I had my programmer, create a program so that when you're writing your autoresponder series, you don't have to refer to the manual. So you can read the manual. It tells you how to write the series, but rather than having the manual open to tell you what to say in paragraph 1, what to say in paragraph 2, what to say in paragraph 3, what I did is that I had my programmer actually build the autoresponder series maker. Okay, so let me just this is when it is open, this is how it actually looks. And here you can choose if you're writing a 7 email series, it gives you instructions how to do that. If you're writing a 10-letter email series, it tells you to do that. And something I didn't mention, I also have a template on how to write solo ads. So any one of you who are using solo ads in order to promote MOB or any other product, I also have a template as well on how to write a solo ad. So that is included here, even though I didn't provide a template for you in the discussion. So here you choose whether you're going to be 7-letter series and so forth. Okay, then you click Let's Get Started. And then you're taken to, this year you're taken here in the program, you're taken to, I think this is the 7-letter series, I think it is. Okay, I think this one is 7-letter series. And note here, then you go letter 1, letter 2, letter 3, letter 4, and letter 5 here. Okay, and it gives you instructions, the same instructions that are in the manual. Use the subscriber's first name, and you basically write here, your subject line here. Then it tells you what to write in paragraph 1, and you basically write your paragraph 1 here. Then it tells you what to write in paragraph 2, and you write a paragraph 2 here. Now, when you have gone through all of these different letters, at the end, you simply click Compile Email Series Now, and that's it. That's it. You have your email series ready to place in your autoresponder. Okay? And here, I think I have a view of the solo ad. And here you're given instruction as well on how to write a solo ad, what to place in the subject line, what to place for paragraph 1, what to place in paragraph 2, and so forth. So at the beginning, when I promised you that I'm going to show you not only how to write autoresponder series, but I'm also going to provide you a tool so that you can write autoresponder series at the click of a button. You can see right away that I wasn't really kidding, you know, in that respect. Now, as if that wasn't enough, what I also provide in my manual also is 160 pages, 160-page huge swipe file of winning autoresponder messages with autopsy-like analysis, so you can see just how to use the templates. In other words, what I did, I think I provide maybe 13 autoresponder series that I have written for companies. These are autoresponder series that companies have paid me to write for them, and I give a good variety. I try to give a good variety. But these autoresponder series represent tens of millions of dollars in marketing power. So not only I show you how to write the emails, but I also give you samples of autoresponder series that I have written that I know have worked for other marketers. And also you can use these, refer to them as swipe files. You can use these for inspiration. Okay, and here is where you can go in order to download a swipe sample, autoresponder email secret / swipe sample PDF. But this is what it looks like. Okay, this is what it actually looks like. Here you see. This is an actual autoresponder series that I wrote, and this is what the swipe file looked like. So not only are you going to get a swipe file, but you're also going to get explanation of why I wrote what I did. So basically, you can actually model this autoresponder series. So here you have first name, congratulations. Hi, first name. First, I want to congratulate you for your interest in learning how to save a ton of money with your home sale. This was for a real estate product. Not a lot of people know about these methods, and you are about to be among the few in the know people. Right away, you see, I'm congratulating them for their interest, and I'm also singling them out and say, you are now in a select group. You are now in the know. Okay, so here again, you have a second opportunity, actually a third opportunity, because I told you what to say. I gave you the software with instructions what to say, and here I'm providing you with autoresponder series with explanation on what I say in each paragraph. Okay, and so you're getting it basically, in more than one places. So basically, just imagine having a fill-in-the-blank simple email writing formula at your fingertips for every time you want to churn out winning emails and make more money from your list. Just imagine for a while never having to worry about how to write an email autoresponder series anymore. And if you can imagine that, if you can basically, I'm sure by now you can imagine that, because I've shown you the product, I've shown you what it does, I've given you enough evidence, so you see what's inside of it. So there's basically no surprise. Basically, you are using this product is like painting by numbers. Okay. Now, one marketer says, I just wanted to say thanks for offering such a great product. I've used some of the techniques in the material as well as the bonus material, and I've already seen so great results. I highly recommend this product. Okay. Now, so basically, here's what you can do. Okay. And I think I try as much as possible in this presentation to provide enough information so that even if you don't buy my product, you can still say, I got some value from this presentation tonight. So you say that, well, okay, I didn't waste an hour of my time because I did learn something. So I made sure that what I presented was something of value to you so that you can even take what I've given to you without even investing in my product. And I know that you're going to see results if you use the information that I provided to you. So your option you have at this point is that you can take the secret information that I share with you and apply it to your marketing, and I know you're going to see a boost in your sales for yourself. Or the second option that you have, and the one I hope that you will take this evening, is that if you want the full power and speed of the autoresponder manual and the software and the 160-page swipe files, then you can invest in my system right away tonight. Okay? And not only that, I'm going to also provide for you as well too a bonus that I sell, not just 47 Valley, I actually sell this, Copywriting Secrets from the Trenches. This is a book that I sell for $47. You're going to get that as a bonus. I'm going to also provide for you over 50 hours of video copywriting critiques. As I said, I have a copywriting coaching program, and I do critiques for my students, and I'm going to provide for you those critiques so that you'll be able to learn from those critiques, and these are over 50 hours. That's a $497 value. Now, what I'm also going to provide for you as well too, for those who choose to invest in my system, is that I'm going to give you a $500 gift certificate. Okay, it's a $500 gift certificate, and you can use this for any of my copywriting services. Okay. Now, my suggestion to you would be, if you really want to get more into writing Autoresponder series, maybe you would like to write for other companies, or maybe you know, copywriting is one of the most important skills that any marketer can have, because copywriting teaches you how to write to persuade, and whatever you do online in your marketing, you're always writing to persuade. So you don't have to, but my suggestion to you would be to invest in my copy coaching program. For 6 months, it is $997 for 6 months, but you can use and apply this certificate. If you buy this product, you can use this $500 certificate so that you can get 6 months of copy coaching from me for only $497. Okay. Now, a part of that copy coaching program, what I do is that any sales letter that you write, I critique the sales letter for you. So you write a sales letter or advertisement or whatever, and you would like a professional copywriter to review it for you, then any kind of copy that you write, I review it for you. Okay, that is one of the bigger perks of my copywriting coaching program. Okay, so that's an option that you have. You don't have to use that. I also write copy as well too. You know, as I mentioned before. So if you'd like me to write copy for you, then you can also use that $500 gift certificate. Okay. Now, considering all that I've given you in bonuses, basically you're realizing that investing in this product for less than $100, you're basically getting this free. Now, this is a special bonus that I'm going to give to those persons who are on the call tonight. Okay, and this is only going to be available to more affiliates. And what I'm going to do is that if you invest in the product tonight, I'm going to give you a professional critique for your first autoresponder series that you create using my system. And this is a real $297 value. As I mentioned before, I write autoresponder series for $2,500 and up. Okay, but what I'll do is that if you invest in this, if you invest in product tonight, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to, once you use my product to create your autoresponder series, you're going to basically send that autoresponder series email, send that autoresponder series to me, and I'll be able to, you know, look it over and give you suggestions that says, you know, maybe it's a tweak you can make here and there and so forth. And that is a $297 value. Okay, so that is the special bonus. Those are the special bonuses I provide for all those who make a purchase. But this bonus of actually reviewing and critiquing the autoresponder series that you wrote is only for those persons who are on the call tonight. Okay, so you're going to get a professional critique with your first autoresponder series. So basically, you're getting a total of $1,341 in value for just $97. Okay, and I think that this is basically more than fair. Okay, so at this point, I've come to the end of my presentation. Tammy,